Here it is, Canada Day,
2022.
2022, and what are we doing? Everybody else is out partying or off work, and here we are going to interview Rob the Carpenter.
Which I'm very excited about. Since the beginning, he's been like a mystery figure that I almost thought of him as like a fictional character within the story, just because what he had to say seemed so outlandish and different than what everyone else said at the beginning. But what's his role in all this?
And that's what we're going to find out. What I'd like to do is, it's great especially having you guys around who all basically have poured through the thing and understand the story. Chad and I have already met with him, briefly.
You did?
Yeah, we had a couple of beers with him a couple of weeks ago. After I did a book signing at Chapters.
Okay.
And he showed up in the store.
Oh, so he's the bad guy.
He's the guy that when Sharon was walking through the store, came back and said, "There's a real bad boy in here." And I said, "Oh, he's coming over here right now." That's him. And in that conversation, he said a number of things that were interesting that I'd like to get him to elaborate on camera about.
Yeah. So
what I'd like to do is lead him through that for a bit and not have anyone really interject unless I call upon you.
Mm-hmm.
But at a certain point, I'm going to want to say, I want you guys to store up your questions and your observations and not make it a free-for-all, but let's do it in a very sort of orderly, calming way. I don't want to scare him off. And there's things that I want you to ask questions, but there's things he doesn't want to talk about that we're going to have to be very sort of cautious about, because he'll talk about crimes he's committed or anything he's done, but there might be crimes he's a little leery about talking about. I mean, he talked about them at the chapter or the bar with us after we were at the bookstore, but I don't know if he'll want to say them on camera.
Okay.
I'll give him the opportunity to talk about those things.
When I read like the interviews he gave initially to the police, it seems like a lot of what he said is just so way out there. Do you feel like this guy is going to be trustworthy and honest in what he says?
Well, yeah, I mean, to a point. You're going to have to test some of it, but some of the things he's already told me, I've confirmed with the police.
Really? Okay.
With police sources, that's what happened.
So as far as the stuff he said about Wortman in those early police interviews, he was the guy, Rob the Carpenter that we're meeting with, was the guy who said that Wortman had like chemicals that Wortman said that he could use to like hide bodies.
Yeah, yep. He'll talk about that.
This guy lives in, has an apartment or something, or where are we going?
He lives in a motel.
Okay.
He said he used to live in an apartment. We'll get into that, but the police came so many times to interview him that he got kicked out of the apartment.
Okay. And I didn't know he was even out of prison. What I knew is that I didn't know his last name, and I thought he was in prison. Did he just get out or something? Like, how did you connect with this guy?
He contacted me.
Really?
Through a go-between. Next
left. This is a spot.
We're upstairs. Oh, over there. Nah.
That's where construction is from. Must be a contract.
20 years, there's a tough.
Oh, I know. I'm just teasing you.
A lot of things that a lot of people didn't know. Right?
Well, let's start at the beginning a little bit. That this is. Are you ready there,
I'm
Jordan?
good, yeah.
Okay. Who is Rob Doucette?
Rob Doucette is an illusion. Everything everybody else sees, like I look like a pretty intimidated guy most of the time.
Yeah, you do.
That's not who I am.
Yeah.
I'm the totally opposite. I go to work, I come home, I carve, I do crafts, I make peace pipes, I do leather work. You got that camera sitting on my 300-year-old beads.
Oh. I made a point not to touch it. But now I especially didn't touch it. They're very nice.
But Jarvis, you sort of have a scary reputation. You told me before, people cross the street with you.
They do. I've looked like this since I was 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's my safety net. I was raised in a very violent foster care system. I slept in a wire dog cage for 14 years of my life. Every night. Yes.
Where was that?
In East Brenton, just outside of Yarmouth.
So you spent all these years. What happened then?
When I get out of foster care at 16, you're on your own, right? But I grew up working my whole life, like physically, in foster care from the time I was 4 or 5 years old till I was 15. From 5 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. But I didn't learn to read till I was 26. I taught myself to read.
That's pretty rough.
I just spent so much time working this farm that I didn't have time for schoolwork, and they didn't care if I could read or not.
No.
You so you traveled around at all? Like you sort of emerged from that 16, 17 years old.
Oh, I traveled
And you
everywhere.
just sort of hit the road, didn't you?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your life on the road.
When I left Yarmouth, I had just met my real mother. I think I was 16, maybe 17. She was living above West Gus's Grill in Halifax.
Yeah, in the corner of North and Agricola.
Yeah. She was a bad alcoholic. I'd never seen my mother sober.
Mm-hmm.
Right. From there, I went back to Yarmouth. I stayed in Belleville, outside of Tuscany.
Mm-hmm.
Had a son, and I decided I was going to go to BC and get a better life.
Mm-hmm.
I was gone 2 weeks, and she was with another guy. So, from BC, where did I go from BC? I think I went to Peterborough, Ontario. I was there for maybe 6 months.
Geez, you'd stand out in Peterborough.
Huh?
You would stand out in Peterborough. That's where they test cereals to
Yeah.
make sure that it's like average
Kellogg
Ontario.
country.
London, Ontario, and Peterborough, like
Yeah.
two of the more boring places in
That's-
Canada.
I could stand out in the middle of 2,000 people. So,
Yeah. Did you spend time in jail?
very little.
Very little. But you spent time.
Like a weekend here. My criminal record is probably sitting right there beside you.
Yeah.
Very small.
This is it. Well, this is.
But they have my criminal history in there. It's just. I'm not exactly sure. Somewhere's in here I did see criminal history, but it was short. Really short. I'm not very much of a criminal. So.
But people are scared of you. I mean,
Oh.
it's great. It's a great persona. If you're not, you've got a good act on there, because people are,
This is just the way I look. This is the way I'm comfortable.
yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's always been my safety net.
Yeah.
I've never had people try to pick a fight with me. I've never been mugged.
Yeah.
And I simply mind my own business. Right? I was a bouncer at the old mill
Yeah.
tavern for 6 or 8 months. I put out over 200 people. Never had to raise my hand once.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do quite a bit with talking.
Yeah, the Somas in Port Alberni,
Yeah.
the biggest biker bar on the island. All the Hells Angels hang out there. I put them out.
Yeah.
I put people out that never had to raise a hand.
So what can we talk about in that area about your biker connections or anything like that? Could we have like a descriptive of, you was once associated with one percenter biker clubs or something like that? Is there something you could say like
But
that?
I wasn't involved in any of their criminal stuff.
Can we say that honestly?
We can say that honestly. When I lived in Shubenacadie, I lived 3 houses away from Randy Merceau's mother.
Yeah.
I was pretty much security, make sure nothing happened to her because I was at the end of the road. She was 3 houses behind me.
Yeah.
Right.
That's before he was murdered.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that murder was ordered from Ontario, Quebec.
Oh, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then you've got
And I know Gabriel used to talk to him,
Gabriel.
To Randy?
but everybody knew Randy.
Everybody knew Randy.
Randy was actually a sweetheart. So
Yeah. Did you have any part with the Darksiders? Because they were right
No.
close. They're
No.
right close to Wortman's.
oh yeah, no, it's just
well, and I've
I'm
been told with many people that Wortman used to hang out down there quite a bit. He was sort of allowed to.
he was allowed there, but
He was
I don't know that he had any.
he was friendly with them,
Friendly,
as far as
yeah.
you know.
Same as the Mountain Men and the Highlanders. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He may have supplied a few guns to them. To the
Yeah.
Mountain Men
Well,
and the
that's. So tell me about Gabriel. Like, you met him in what?
Can I smoke in here, Ron?
Yeah.
When did you meet him first?
When did I first meet? When did I really first meet him, or when did the?
Your
Because-
story. I'm not putting.
No,
words in
let's
your
start
mouth.
from the
Because of the
beginning.
police report, they told me go back as far as you want.
Yeah.
That's as far as I wanted to go back. Right.
Yeah.
I've probably known Gabriel since maybe 1999,
hmm
2000, somewhere in that area.
So that's before he met Lisa.
Yep.
Mhm.
So that's his marriage. He's living on Pine Avenue or Pine Street in
Yeah.
Dartmouth.
Do you remember Corinne? No, that'd be his first wife.
No.
No,
No.
never met her.
So how did you meet him?
How did I meet Gabriel? I was at Ship Victory,
Yeah.
and somebody come in wearing a Rock Machine T-shirt. I told him to take it off. He wouldn't take it off. I took it out, took him outside, and I took it off of him.
Mm-hmm.
And Gabriel praised me when I came back in the bar. That's how I met Gabriel.
Where was that? What's that bar?
That's Ship Victory on Windmill Road, right?
Yeah.
Just
Still
up
there?
from the bridge. It is.
Yep.
Yeah, it's still
Yeah,
there.
I think. Oh yeah, I know where it is. Then,
Yeah.
It's a mecca for drug dealers in and out nonstop.
So what was the denturous Wortman doing there?
He was just drinking.
Drinking.
I'm not even sure he was a denturist back then. I don't think so. I don't-
Yeah,
He
he
just got out of school because he did his denturous
Yeah.
stuff in the mid '90s.
Because I didn't really know what he did.
Yeah.
Most of the time I seen him was on the street. So
So it was a pretty rough bar for.
yeah, he used to be.
So what happened? You met him, and
I met him and Gabriel he was nice enough, but at times he'd be an asshole. So
what do you mean?
You caught him at the wrong time. Just
yeah,
a prick.
if you didn't agree with him, he would just something in him would just snap. And not that he was violent so much, just he'd start yelling and freaking, and he'd end up leaving. But
It's funny, like listening to his voice, like even in that little tape you just ran for us.
yeah,
He doesn't sound like he's like big voiced. He's almost like an effeminate voice in many ways, like the way he talked.
Sometimes.
I can't imagine him being like angry and yelling and being convincing.
Oh, when he's angry, he's angry. He's loud.
Yeah.
But he just snaps. Most of the time, he's calm, quiet, soft-spoken. But when he gets loud, he gets loud.
So basically, when you take his toys, he gets mad.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
When you take his toys, or you don't see things his way, and you make it clear you don't see it his way, then he gets upset.
So how upset did he get when you saw him back in the day? Can you think of any incident that stood out?
I've seen him yank people with dentures out because they owed him $20 on them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Where?
Might be a $3,200 set of dentures, but if they're $20 short, he will rip them out.
Where? Where did he do
Right
this?
on the street.
Right. Where? What street?
Actually, it was on Portland Street.
On Portland Street.
Yeah.
He ripped the dentures out.
They were walking by his denture clinic. He went right to the front. He was standing in the front entryway, where Lisa was most of the time, and he seen him walk by the window. He went out and just yanked him right out of the mouth.
But then again, he put dentures in the mouths of people who couldn't afford it.
That's right. But if he knows you can afford it, you don't owe him $20, right? If he knows you got the money, you do not owe him.
Mm-hmm.
That's strange.
That's a complicated character.
Yeah.
So you met Wortman. In that period, then, like, where were you living in relationship to Portland Street?
Back then, I was living. in Shubenacadie.
So you're living in Shubenacadie, also where Merceau's mother lived.
Yeah.
Merceau was murdered in '99.
Yeah.
So this would be after that.
No, this, like I said, it was like 99, 2000, whenever it was when I met him.
And then Wortman moves into Portland Street around
01?
2001 or something, and meets Lisa. Do you remember the early days of that? Or?
I don't really remember Lisa a whole lot back then. I remember Kathy that used to work with Trevor Zink.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy used to hang around with him a lot.
Kathy.
Yeah, I know who Trevor Zink is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Kathy was his secretary / girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then she was with Wortman too.
Yeah, well, she was Wortman first.
Yeah.
I think Trevor Zink was like 2007, 2008. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's later.
Yeah. Like 8-10 years later.
Yeah.
So in that early period in the 2000s, there was Wortman was.
But Kathy remembers Lisa back then.
She does?
Yes.
You talked to her?
She stopped me about a month and a half ago in front of dollar store down by the bridge.
Houses then. So we got that little period where Wortman's buying up properties on Portland Street. He gets really unlucky because there's a lot of fires. You know about the fires?
About the one that he said was a fire hazard, and a month and a half later it burnt down.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he could put a parking lot in.
Yeah.
Electrical fire. Electrical fire, yes. Legal electrical fire.
I'm sure that might have started right outside of the meter where he could get it. Gabriel liked fires. He definitely liked fires.
What do you mean?
Gabriel was a firebug.
Did he talk about fires, or they just happened?
Oh, he was constantly making fires. Like, if he could make a campfire the size of this room, he loved that. The bigger it is, the better it is.
He did a lot of that on his property.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
We'll get to that in a bit. I mean, the thing about.
But he was constantly talking about fires and what's the best way to get rid of bodies. And as a mortician, he knows the only thing that doesn't burn is teeth, because he made it quite clear to me. He said, all you got to do after is smash them. So
you got to find them first.
That's what I would think. But
You know?
Well, so now we're at, we're sort of at the part where we began in the time frame, because you said in 2000 and what was it, 1 or 2, they're investigating the disappearance of Kevin, whose last name we don't know, the police.
yeah, I think it was 2003, 2004.
So it's in that range.
Yeah.
This is the first contact you have with Wortman being suspected of killing anyone, or did you talk about killing anyone before that?
He
It's
never
kind
actually,
of an odd relationship. You understand? Like
he
there
never
were-
actually talked about killing anybody.
Yeah.
He would just talk about the best way to get rid of bodies,
Mhm.
which technically is not the same thing.
Oh, it's the
It's-
theory.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the theory
So
of
it's
murder
just-
rather than the
yeah.
act of murder.
Did
you get more involved with Gabe? You do some work for him?
Yeah, I do a lot of work at the denture clinic, the garage behind the denture clinic, the log cottage,
The cottage.
the $2 million cottage.
But you did part of your work was building the secret compartments and stuff like that for him, or did
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
So why do you want all the secret compartments, and where were they?
He had one up in the top of the garage behind the denture clinic. The garage is actually the only thing still standing. And he had a false wall in there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the whole wall slid out of the way and had a cavity this big. For like 8 feet by 10 feet.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's quite a...
In the log cottage, in his bathroom, which was actually kind of incorporated right into his little bedroom there was one underneath the sink.
Mm-hmm.
It just looked like it was plumbing access, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it went a lot deeper into the floor than people would think. Yeah.
What about, was there some in the garage at the cottage?
The only thing I did in the garage in the cottage was under his bench top.
Yeah.
That slid out, right?
Where you put the grenades?
Yeah. But
That was at the
that was
workshop.
only this deep. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a workshop. The bench was this thick. Nobody would ever know, right?
Was he okay? Getting into the grenades. Well, before we get into the grenades, when were you aware of him getting stuff like that? How did that come up? Like getting guns and sniper rifles and grenades and stuff like that. Was that something he advertised, or?
The first ones I remember him having was the Glock 40 and the 12 gauge assault shotgun, which I know come from Maine.
Yeah.
And then he brought up an AR-15 and a Barrett 50. I actually waited in Woodstock while he went down and got them.
What year was that? Roughly.
I would like to say...
Not 80.
Huh?
Not 80.
No.
No, wasn't that probably...
2016,
Yeah,
2017,
2016,
maybe.
17.
Yeah.
So the Barrett 50, tell us what happened in that. Okay, this before we get there, you built the workshop for him
Yeah.
prior to that, or during that period.
Yeah, the warehouse, yeah.
The warehouse.
Yeah. I built the warehouse in, I don't know, maybe
2010.
I was going to say 11. I think he got the
2011,
permit. I think he got the
2012.
permit in
You
11.
lived on the property.
Yeah.
So what, in a trailer on the property?
Yeah, the old guy Elson, the 90-year-old guy Elson, that lived up from Gabe's house.
On Portapic Beach
Yeah,
Road.
yeah.
Yep.
It was Elson's trailer. Elson's
So is
supplied.
a trailer in the woods there, or just on his property?
Yeah, it was, we put it, I could plug right into the power for the,
Well,
Okay.
okay.
So you're pretty close to the structure. Yeah.
So Elson, so you're living there and you're building the workshop for him. You build the workshop,
Warehouse.
the warehouse.
Yeah.
During that period, no. First of all, what were the specifications for the warehouse? What did he want from it? Like, where did the design come from, and what did he want to do with it?
He designed it. I okayed the design
Was it done under
because
permit?
I do a lot of structural. Yeah, he had a
It's
permit.
done under
Yeah.
permit.
Yeah.
Then you were living there. In the previous conversation, you said that we were living there. He would do strange things like. Tell me some of the strange things. I think
In the middle of the night, he'd drive his truck way down the field, which was cleared. The excavator had made these big piles of brush. But he'd back his truck in way down there, like, I don't know, 300 yards, 500 yards, wherever far it was. But his lights would be shining at the trailer I'm in, so I couldn't really see what was going on. But he'd have his truck down there for maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. Then he'd bring the truck back. He'd get in the loader he had, and he'd go down, he'd move the whole brush pile, like 20 feet. Next thing you know, he'd light it up on fire.
What
Like
time would this be?
This would be like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like, what the fuck
Like
is this
during
guy
the week?
doing? Yeah,
Just
during the week or on the weekend.
What was he doing?
I don't know.
What do you think he was doing?
Hindsight being 20/20, but at the time, I had no idea what he was doing. I just figured he was a firebug, right? Hindsight being 20/20. After all these murders were committed, it's like I figured he might be part of the missing people, because there are missing Native people
yeah.
in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia.
Well, not just Native people. There's all kinds of missing people.
But I figured he might have been part of that.
Did he ever say anything to you about it?
Or allude to it, like
No,
being
like
weird
what
that-
he was doing or why he was doing it?
No, he just said he felt like making a fire. But I can't figure out why he would move the whole fucking pile. Right?
He knew you were there. Was he just trying to bug you?
No.
No, I'm just asking.
I don't. Gabriel didn't do things just to bug me.
But he wasn't shy about doing it even though you were there.
Yeah.
So he trusted you.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I'm alive today because people trust me.
That's during that period where he's really acting out and like attacking the guy on the street in front of the place.
Yeah.
So he's obviously hinky
Unstable.
about something.
Yeah.
There's something going on, and it's obvious to me reading it. This is something I didn't know about in the past.
Yeah.
It sort of makes sense. If he was suspected he was being surveilled for a murder, he was upset about anyone being around his property. I would think.
I would think.
Did he ever talk about being surveilled or
No.
worry about it?
Paranoia? No.
No.
Okay, now let's go. We're in 2016. You're going back to the. You say you were at the border. First of all, did you go to the border many times or just once?
A couple of times.
A couple of times. And
Yeah.
what was he driving?
A black F-150 Platinum.
Where's that truck?
I have no idea.
People say that's the truck you drove all the time when you were working on it.
I've never drove his truck.
You never drove it.
I've never drove
yeah,
his
I've had
truck.
people say, "Oh, that's the truck Rob the Carpenter drove."
No.
You don't have a license.
I don't drive. I haven't had a license since 2015.
Okay. Because you don't want to drive, or you're not allowed to drive.
Both. I can go get my license now if I want,
Yeah.
but I don't want
Okay.
to.
So you go to the border a couple of times. What happened in those situations?
Well, the first time he just dropped me off the border. He went to Maine. He was there a day and a half, 2 days. Picked me up on the way back. We went back to his warehouse.
Immediately.
Yeah.
So
And where did you stay for a day and a half?
I was just there. I can hang out anywhere. So
You didn't stay in a motel or anything?
no, no,
You just hung out?
just hung out.
I hope it wasn't winter.
No.
And what did he bring back that time?
He brought back an AR-15.
An AR, just one AR-15?
One. Yep.
Then how would he put it in the truck? Where would he hide it?
He had the truck had dual exhaust, or it looked like it had dual exhaust. He had skid plates under the exhaust system, transmission, gas tank. But one of the exhausts wasn't exhaust. It looked like it went to the engine, looked like it came out the back of the truck, looked like it went in the skid plate and out the skid plate. But the skid plate was just an empty compartment. So,
And this was in the black.
which in the black one.
That's the black one.
Yep.
So his other truck wasn't decked out that way.
I was never under his other truck. So
Well, he alluded, or Lisa alluded, that he would put him in the tonneau cover.
that makes no sense.
And that's what I'm sort of thinking.
That's-
Would that not be the first place anybody would look?
Can I look at your trunk, sir?
If you put a truck with or if you put a gun with a butt this fucking wide,
Yep.
because an AR-15 and a Barrett 50 both have a wide butt.
Yep.
If you put that in a tonneau cover, roll it up. This gun's this fucking long.
Yeah.
You walk by, you can see the butt or the barrel from the other side. There ain't no way anybody can hide anything in a rolled up tonneau cover that way.
Unless he was allowed.
Well, unless he was allowed.
Which is the other thing we'll get to.
Yeah, but I would assume he would have taken the skid plates off the black truck when he got the silver truck, gray truck. I would assume he would have taken those and put them on the. That would be my assumption.
Yeah.
Okay, then the time you went for the Barrett, how did that work?
He was only across the border maybe 2 hours. And he brought back a Barrett and another AR-15.
Did anything strange happen at that time?
Yeah, he drove past me when he come across the border. I seen him come across the border. He drove right past me, and he went somewhere for an hour and a half. Came back, then picked me up and left.
What does that tell you? You're not a stupid guy, so what does it tell you?
Tells me he must have had more than that in there, and he sold it somewhere.
Or it could tell you that when I ran that scenario past some knowledgeable people, they said if he's working as an agent, they'd have to photograph it all and serialize it and stuff like that. And that'd be the first priority on the Canada side.
I would imagine.
Is that possible?
The Border Patrol called me about a month and a half after that to ask me about these two guns.
So CBSA called you.
Yes.
How'd they know about the two guns?
I have no idea. Yeah.
So the next question becomes, did you tell the MCC investigators about all this? Like, you've read the statement that they the copies of the statement that they filed stating that you had two visits or two conversations with the RCMP or the MCC investigators. And when I showed you those statements, you said, well, we had many more statements and I had a lot more conversations.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I'm not sure if I actually mentioned border control.
But I think you said you talked about being at the border with the Barrett.
Yeah.
You told them that.
Yeah.
And that's not in your statement. That in their
That's
version of the
not
statement.
in the statement?
In their version
Should
of the
be.
statement? I don't
No.
think it is.
No.
12 gauge assault rifle, AR-15,
Olive green AR-15.
9mm Beretta, Glock 40.
Yeah, so it is mentioned that he has these guns.
Yeah.
But
But they never asked you
You're
about
volunteering.
Woodstock or...
So there's nothing in there about him disappearing for an hour and a half.
No.
Not in that statement.
No.
Or a CBSA
And
calling.
there's nothing there, in there about the bear at 50.
So is that just because you didn't talk about it, or
Oh, no,
they're
I-
leaving it out?
I know I talked about it.
Okay. Okay.
I know I talked about it because
You remember talking about it?
I gave them the statement while he was still alive. I was trying to save cops' lives. I was trying to
Yep,
save people's
yep.
lives.
That was in the morning, right?
And I know I talked about the bear at 50 because he can take a mile-long shot with it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
None of these other ones he can.
You said 500 meters or yards.
Yeah. What's that?
You said 500 yards. You can take the top off of your
Yeah.
bottle.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
When I met him, he couldn't. He couldn't hit fucking nothing.
Well, that's.
I
hear you
taught him
saying.
how to fucking shoot the things.
So he had that rifle around. He had it, the barrack, to get rid of it, or what happened?
As far as I knew, he still had it.
And he still had
Well,
it.
and that's one of the ones you guys shot down there, right?
Okay?
One of the ones that you guys shot down.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What's that, Chad?
Like Rob and Gabriel would
Yeah.
would shoot that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking around targets, whatever. Right.
So the point I'm getting
Yeah,
here
at least
is,
I got all the ammo for them too.
Ooh, that's
Ga-
interesting.
Gabriel
What's that?
couldn't buy ammunition.
Well, so she was
Yeah.
getting it all from her brothers, her brother-in-laws,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Historically.
for the
Yeah.
barrack.
Historically, yeah.
Yeah, for the Barrett, the Glock 40, the 9mm.
So historically they were doing it. How do you know that?
Because I've seen her take it out of the trunk of the car.
In what year?
2012, 2014, 2015.
So 10 years ago, like at least the last 10 years.
So they made it look like Lisa only did this at the end.
No, Lisa always bought his ammunition.
Then why did she get her brothers to buy it? Her brother-in-law.
Well,
Why
I
did
have
she
no
do
idea.
that? Yeah.
Well, I'm
I
thinking
know
they're
she.
the
I
only-
know she brought it there.
Does she have a PAL?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Would she have an accusation?
Acquisition.
Yeah, a permit for shooting guns? Like,
I would
really, just off the top of your head, would you think? Yeah.
That's what I thought. Because Gabriel said Lisa's bringing more ammunition.
Right.
I figured she was buying it.
Well, and I've heard from other people that she
Did she
did.
shoot the guns?
The Glock 40 a couple times.
You were there.
Yeah.
Where was that?
That was actually by the log cottage.
So it'd be down in the mud flats, maybe?
Down below, or just
No, she was.
No.
Log cottage is here, in between the cemetery and the log
Oh, yeah,
cottage is
yeah,
a log,
yeah.
just firing out the back.
oh yeah.
Just into the back.
you're only
But,
going to hit
but,
dead people.
but I only seen her fire a couple of times, and she almost
Could she
the
shoot?
gun. She almost lost the gun over the top of her fucking
Okay,
head.
so she couldn't shoot.
No, no. Yeah,
Because I've heard that she liked to shoot guns. From other.
I've
you know.
only seen her shoot the one gun twice,
What?
and it almost went over her head. She just handed it to Gabe.
So the CBSA never got back to you?
They didn't call me again until a couple months after Gabriel
happened?
killed all these people.
And what did they want then?
Same thing, wanting to know what I knew about him bringing guns over.
Do you know who the investigator was then?
I can't even tell you that.
So, as we're moving forward from 2016, 17, what caught your attention about Gabriel, if anything? And Lisa.
Lisa was very controlling.
She was very controlling.
Very controlling.
Controlling.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
When she was up at the cottage, she pretty much ruled Gabriel. We'd be sitting there having a couple drinks, and Lisa would come over, look at Gabe, and said, "You, home now." And Gabe would just like that. No questions.
But they said he was violent towards her. He choked her. He did this. He did that.
I've never seen him choke her.
You see him fight.
I did overhear an argument. She was bitching about him holding a gun to her head once, but
What'd she saying?
her exact words, something about, "You'll never hold a gun to my head again."
Did you ever see them fight or the aftermath of any fights?
The tires off her car thrown into the river.
Well, I hear. I hear that about him. But I also hear that she was, from people that know her, that she could be very provoking and tart-tongued and sarcastic. And things like that.
she was sarcastic.
Yeah. And she didn't like having people around.
Oh, she definitely didn't like having me around.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, why?
Because Gabriel liked me. She don't want anybody around that Gabriel likes. It takes the focus away from her.
Shine
The
right
interesting,
away.
the interesting thing is you're saying she was very controlling and very possessive, but he was pretty well fucking everything that was walking or within a 100-mile range, it looked like. So it's like...
Apparently. I didn't even know about that.
You didn't know about that?
No. I knew he was chasing everything around.
You didn't know he was catching.
I didn't know he was catching them.
You are aware of Brenda Forbes and her hot tub.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tell me about it.
They used to have hot tub parties, and Gabriel used to go to try to crash them.
So he'd be the uninvited guest.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Why would he go? Like,
Gabriel would chase anything from 18 to 80. So, but he figured he controlled Porter Peak.
yeah.
Like, he figured he wanted that whole area. Like,
He was going to be the mayor.
yeah.
So how did he crash the hot tub parties?
Oh, he'd just go with a bunch of booze and strip off and climb in the hot tub. Everybody else would get out of the hot tub.
Why?
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Gabriel was built like a donkey.
Like a...
Like a donkey. There wasn't a whole lot of women that wanted that near him.
Really?
Yeah,
That big?
that big. So,
But then again, you're talking about the hot tub parties. It sounds like you were there.
I've been at a couple of them.
Who would attend these things?
Different people. And some of these hot tubs weren't even in Porter Peak. Some of them were closer to Great Village. So,
Did he ever say anything about Brenda Forbes to them? Or was he mad because they weren't inviting him to the parties? Or
his biggest problem was they bought that property that he wanted because it connects to his property. And he was constantly complaining about what they were doing to the house, like the fake stone they put on it and the siding they put on it instead of doing it with real logs. And he was just anal. So,
yeah.
but he wanted the property.
What do you know about Peter Griffin?
I don't know a whole lot about Peter Griffin.
Okay, a really good police source of mine who I've been dealing with for 2 years or more, 2 years, it says that in 2016 they became aware of a new informant in the Truro Portapic area, his words, not mine, and that this informant could lead them to Hells Angels and MS-13. Well, the only person who fits that description is Peter Griffin, or someone who's close to
Right.
Peter Griffin. But the timing is kind of wrong because at that point Peter Griffin is in jail in Alberta. But it suggests that there's a long-standing relationship between Peter Griffin and possibly Wortman. But you didn't know anything about that.
I've never actually seen them together.
Okay. And you were near Wortman in the last 9 months or something?
No, no.
What happened?
What's that?
What happened? Like,
Me and Gabriel had a falling out because I killed his bear.
oh yeah, you killed the bear.
You were the one that
The
killed
Tostitos bear?
Hey?
The Tostitos bear that
Yeah.
he was feeding?
Yeah.
See,
Have you
other
heard
people
about
said
that?
Sean. See, people said Sean McLeod killed the bear.
No. I killed the bear.
You killed the bear.
Yeah.
Why did you kill the bear?
Because it was going after somebody's dog. And it was getting ready to hit the dog. I killed the bear.
When was that? So 9 months earlier.
No, it was more than 9 months
I
earlier.
think it was. See, I thought you said you hadn't talked to him or seen him in 18 months,
18
approximately,
18 months.
before this all happened.
Yeah, I had to run in with him 9 months before. But yeah, this was probably 18 months before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we know about, like, there's been chatter about the bear.
Yeah.
So that's like
We
the
never
fall,
really knew what
fall of
happened.
2018, basically.
Yeah.
Right when he was trying to stock up for the winter.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question for you. Like, the police or the MCC or whoever questioned you, do you think they did a thorough job, or were trying to do a thorough job?
I don't know. Some of their questions might have been a little vague. And sometimes they just let me talk and they just kind of in between,
But you said in our previous conversation,
But I'm sure they could have
they
gone a lot
visited
deeper.
you how many times?
Oh. I'm looking at one page here. I can see it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times on one page.
And they would come. These are Mounties or HRP?
Yeah, they were RCMP.
So they would show up so many times, but this seems to reflect only 2 visits. You say it says 6.
Oh,
Shows.
they were there at least 6 times.
They were there at least 6 times.
Yeah.
But they don't say that. They indicate it's only 2 dates.
Yeah.
How do you see 6 there?
Are they taking information from your
This-
later statements?
This
Sticking
is
it
a
in?
statement from One Police Plaza.
Yeah, that's HRP, right?
That's not even at my house.
Oh, so this is a
The other
different
the other one is at my house.
Yeah.
That'd be the one a couple
But
days later.
there should be 5 more statements from my house.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're not reporting everything you said.
No. No.
And what are they keeping up?
It's basically all the same questions.
Is there anything I should have asked you but I didn't ask you?
I'm not sure. But I know one of the interviews, they asked me about Canadian border.
They did, eh?
Yeah.
They did.
For sure.
Yep.
And what did you
Yeah.
say?
I told them that I couldn't tell them what I told the Canadian border because the Canadian border told me not to.
It's when they tell you not to. Back then, or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I guess it wasn't a month and a half later that they called me. It was
September, October.
they called me in April.
CBS.
But they did call me again a month and a half later. I had forgotten that they called me.
Okay.
So wait, there's 3 calls or 2 calls?
3.
3 calls. So
Yeah.
they called you a week, month and a half after
Yeah.
the Barrett.
It probably would have been April 24th, 25th that they called me. The second
Jesus.
CBSA.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they know to call you the first time?
That's what I
The
came
first
from.
time, because I was at the border, they seen Gabriel picking me up.
How'd they know it was you?
I have no idea.
How'd they know your number?
I have no idea.
Right.
But it was a month and a half before they called me. Right? So,
So something's going on.
something going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think Wortman could possibly have been an informant?
Gabriel could have been anything he wanted to be. Gabriel had many faces.
Yeah.
Right?
Like I told you the other day about the trajectory to him knowing people, sort of Red Devils and Darksider guys, and sort of maneuvering his way into a position where he could be providing things to different gangs. He did it to the
Yeah.
Mountain Men,
Yeah.
he did it, and he was invited to their parties. The police tell me that Wortman go to the Darksiders, and they have two doors there, one for members and one for associates and hangers-on and friends at the
Yeah.
club, and he'd be there all the time.
Could you see him as
Yeah.
the Gabriel you know, being able to work both sides?
Being what?
Being able to work both sides?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
being involved in the criminal underworld, but also providing information to the cops. Like,
Yeah.
in my mind,
I
he
can see
seems
that.
sort of invincible.
Yeah.
And the money's there.
Yeah.
Right? It's money, cash is king.
Because
Well, that's what I'm almost thinking. It's like he almost would get a rush
he
of being sneaky.
he seemed to have an awful lot more money than he should have.
Oh, no shit.
Considering the police seem to say there was no proceeds of crime,
Yeah.
when we all know he's been smuggling stuff back and forth across the border for
Dentures don't
35
make $1 million
years.
a year.
Yeah.
No, not, especially not if they only work 2 days a
That's
week.
exactly,
Right.
you know.
His clinic was never open more than 2 days a week.
No.
No.
So you guys got any questions there? Let's. We've been sitting back, being sort of videographers.
Yeah, I was always interested in just hearing about the stuff that was in and around his home that was discussed in some of your interviews, like the grenades. Why
Yeah.
would he have grenades, and how did he talk about them?
He showed them to me, and he asked me exactly how they work.
Really?
What kind of grenades were they?
Nail grenades.
What's a nail grenade?
A nail grenade
Full of nails?
full of nails. I guess about as thick as a pen refill. Double-ended, no heads. 3 1/4 inches long. They hold between 75 and 100 of these nails.
Jesus.
All you do is twist the grenade, a quarter of a turn, you throw it, it'll land in the room, balance, it'll wobble,
Okay.
but it'll stand straight up and down like an egg. And when they go, there's nothing in this room that wouldn't be hit. Yeah.
Okay.
But did he? The police have never said where those grenades are now. Were they all gone, or did he sell them?
I have no idea if they were gone.
They
But
messed
they're
them.
constantly from the Muscadabat raid on the Red Devils in 2016 onward to everything going on in New Brunswick. They're constantly looking for grenades.
Yep.
That's in their warrants and stuff like that.
I'm sure they should be.
Hmm?
I'm sure they should be. And these are the ones they should be looking for.
The nail grenades?
Yeah.
So they weren't phosphorus grenades. They were
No, these are nail grenades.
Where would he get them?
They come up from the States. They were U.S. military cases.
You saw them.
We've found
Green with yellow yellow lettering.
Green with yellow lettering?
no the
Wood,
ones
wooden cases.
No, they're
Yeah,
different
wooden.
than ones we saw.
these ones were wooden, but they were wood.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
they're Canada. They were like Strathcona.
Well, there's some of the
Some
of the labels said Cleveland, Ohio, or
and some
something.
said sort of Edmonton area.
Yeah.
but there was a bunch of shit under there.
There's a bunch of
there was
yeah.
there was tarps, like military tarps,
Yeah.
piles of them,
Those blue barrels.
blue barrels. Yeah.
So you
And
thought
the
he,
Did they test them for
I
Lion.
Straight to the dump.
do you
They
think
should-
he
they
was a
should have been
serial
tested
killer?
for
Did you
lying.
think he was a serial killer?
I thought possibly he could be.
Why?
Why? Barrels full of lye and sulfuric acid underneath the deck. Him talking about the best way to get rid of bodies. Him always moving these piles after being parked down there for 20 minutes, half an hour, then moving the piles, setting them afire. Like,
Yeah.
this is all very odd behavior.
Was he a serial killer or a hitman? Or both?
No, hitmen don't get rid of their bodies.
Cleaner. Did he just pick up the bodies? With
A
their-
cleaner.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
Well, that's possible too.
Like he's
But-
the guy who gets rid of.
But a
the,
cleaner don't need all these guns,
No.
right?
No.
So,
Also seems like a dirty job given his ego and how he sees
Yeah.
himself.
But he was a mortician too. He made little coffins. He
That's
made
a good point.
yeah, well,
Worked.
improv.
This, Rob, is so you've given a lot of statements to the MCC, and I've read them all. Paul had told me that you were under the impression that they were edited. I thought these interviews that the MCC share would be perfect transcriptions of everything that was said. When
I-
you read them, how much editing do you think was there before they released what you said?
I'm guessing there's probably 42% missing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
But
is-
it's all the criminal stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. I was there for 3 hours.
This
This- this-
Yeah, that's 20 minutes.
This is 20 minutes, half an hour tops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Mike,
I gave a copy of this to my lawyer. I just met with my lawyer yesterday. And she told me there must be a lot missing because you get sentences and then there's a comma and then
It's gone.
it just seems like there's something missed out. She said, and it ends nowhere. Like, she actually told me. I didn't tell her there was anything missing until she told me this.
Why does your lawyer have them?
I just gave her a copy for reading material.
Oh, come on. There's something else going on here.
No,
This shows cooperation.
and,
Yeah.
and my lawyer was kind of thinking, because she seen it, that maybe I was a Gabriel Wortman associate. I said, no, that's not the way it is. Like,
Right.
so I gave her a copy of the statement. I said, you read it, see what you get as far as associate.
Especially that
Tech-
911 call. Right?
We were friends.
You called 911 when?
He was still
The
alive.
morning. The
He was-
morning.
In the morning.
Yes,
so
that's
you
right.
called him in the morning.
Yeah.
And you wanted them to know
I wanted
about
them-
how many guns he had
And what he
because he
had.
was going to be able to fucking take them all out.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what I read
Yeah.
from it. It was
And I knew he had police decals, post office decals, firefighter decals. I'm surprised he didn't have different vehicles.
different police agencies.
Jumped from a police car into a fire chief truck, into a postal van.
Isn't that the perfect way to smuggle drugs and other things?
Yeah, but this is the way Gabriel thinks. Like, I couldn't believe he was depending this whole thing on one police car. That made no sense.
Did you
Right.
have cars before? Like Crown
I,
Vics?
I never even,
No Crown
I don't know
Vics?
when he got these.
Yeah.
Started in
But-
2019.
Yeah.
July 2019.
Oh,
he started.
March 2019.
Yeah,
But-
Allison saw them.
Yeah. But
Richard Ellison
I had
saw
no
them.
idea.
Older, like 2013, he said he saw them even. Do you remember him back before the warehouse?
Oh
was built?
Jesus!
I seen the decals.
Sure.
I seen RCMP decals, Halifax police decals, fire chief decals, and postal decals.
Is that in any of your statement there?
Yeah,
Yeah, should be.
Yeah, no, I believe it is.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You were warning them to look out for fire trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look for the police chief or the fire chief is what I think he said.
yeah.
Yeah. But I was trying to save lives, And they make it look like I was fucking involved just by saying associate,
Well,
right?
it doesn't look, yeah. I think to the general public, it doesn't look like that. I think they're trying to do that in the court.
Yeah.
But I think anybody that reads that knows you were trying to preserve life.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, want you guys to know about the guns he has because you're going to be fucked if you find them.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that.
Right.
I don't know. I thought of that as human instinct to
Yeah.
save other people.
Yeah.
That's
So,
I'm sure they were approaching with caution, but they should have been approaching with even more caution.
right.
Right?
so what about the?
Case in point, Heidi.
Yeah. Yeah, she was still alive too when I was in the
Right.
police station.
That's yes.
Yeah, they never did anything to her.
Yeah.
She's out there by herself.
Yeah.
Do you think the Mass Casualty Commission is trying to get to the bottom of this?
I don't think so. If they were trying to get to the bottom of it, the interview or the questioning that they're going to come up with Leeson should have been both sides' question, not one side.
Right. No cross-examination.
The outside, on the victim side, can submit questions that their person asks. But that doesn't mean because you submitted it, it's going to be asked.
No,
They're going to sort out.
It's likely not going
No.
to be.
They're only going to ask the questions they want to let me
So
ask.
why are they doing this? If this is a domestic violence case gone bad, why are they doing this?
In the long run, they're trying to save the police force face. As much as I say they're not, but they are. Right?
What do you think happened then?
Hmm?
Was it just the RCMP incompetence, or
Well, the RCMP are incompetent, but the reason they were incompetent in this case is because when you join the police force, you go to Holland College or Regina, or wherever you go, right? In theory, they should return these officers back to their own community rather than throw them somewhere that they don't know. Any police officer that was from here would have known about this road in the Blueberry, through the Blueberry field. I knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
I told them about it in my fucking statement while Gabriel was still alive. And I didn't know that he had shot people in the bird at that time.
No, you wouldn't.
But they asked me if there's another way out of Porter Peak, and I told them.
what time was that call again?
The morning of the 19th,
Yeah.
I'm going to say 9 o'clock.
They might
I was
have
getting ready to go to work.
time eliminated.
I always had the news on. I just happened to turn my head and seen Gabriel. It's like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I watched it for like 3 minutes, and I called,
yeah,
then I
yeah.
called 911.
So that's how you found out that this was happening. You just
Yeah.
see a news report and call 911. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
stuff about this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you su-
Unbelievable.
when you see this on the news, it's like a killing spree. Were you surprised? Like, of course you've seen
Oh.
different sides.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't think he was that fucking savage. Like,
No.
You know what I mean? Like, to,
Gabriel wouldn't even let me hunt on his property. It's
You
all
guys think
food.
this was important?
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, it's since I've been following this story, all the clips about in the interviews with Rob the Carpenter, I was thinking like of everybody in this story I want to hear from. It's this guy. He seems
Yeah.
to know the most. But you came across as almost a fictitious character. Like what you said was so different than what so many other people were sharing. That getting more from you is definitely important.
Yeah. As far as I know, nobody knew about Gabriel having a phone. He kept it on the door of his truck on silent. Wasn't even on vibrate. It was silent.
So what would he do with that phone?
He only used it when he wanted to call out or he wanted to watch his cameras.
Because there is a thing in the MCC talking about him getting text,
Yep.
saying he got text, and it doesn't say to what phone.
Yeah.
But it also raises the question: when did you know about this phone?
He's always had this phone.
Always from 2001?
Oh.
Or?
Since, yeah.
Since they've been around.
I think he had a cell phone before I had a cell phone.
Really?
Yeah.
When you had to call him, did you call Lisa or did you call him?
I always called Lisa. Nobody had the number to his phone that I know of.
So Lisa knew everything.
Well, he told me she didn't know he had a phone.
No, that makes
She
sense.
didn't know he had a
She
phone.
didn't know he had a phone.
No.
Her
And
Bonner said he was
the
out phone.
police tell me that they speculate that he
everybody
had
said
a
it.
UC phone. That's how they were contacting him and tracking, but that they weren't tracking him that day.
Well, they couldn't have been, or they would have put this thing to rest a lot sooner.
Yeah.
You know what kind of phone it was? Did you ever see it?
That'd be a
Flip phone,
smartphone.
iPhone,
That'd be a
Samsung.
smartphone, but it can't.
Samsung?
Samsung, I think.
Samsung.
Yeah.
Because they've also uncovered in those documents a phone number that belonged to him, which is a TELUS cell phone out of Halifax.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
A
quite
lot
sure.
of people have never really.
I'm quite sure
but
it's a
it's in there.
Samsung. He used to use my
So that
charger
was
once in a
the
while.
search warrant after
He used to
their
what?
last
He used to use my
Exactly,
charger
yeah.
once in a while.
Okay, so how do you think that went, guys?
Very well.
He's very believable. Strikes me as genuine and honest. And when I talk to someone with like a fantastic story, I'm always looking to see if they're kind of exaggerating their role in it, and if it's like kind of like an ego thing. I didn't find there was any points where I'm like, oh, this guy's just trying to make himself sound interesting. It seemed like he was just relaying history.
It's a very real, and almost relatable
Yeah. And
type of guy. Somebody you'd meet anywhere.
and the side of the story he tells is the one that you don't hear anywhere else, where it comes to, you know, the gun smuggling, gang associations, all that stuff that's the part of the story that's not explored and largely ignored. And then it makes me question if they included Rob the Carpenter in the documents in the way they had to intentionally make him look like this bizarre nutcase red herring. But when you meet him, it's not at all like that. He didn't come across the way I expected.
No, and to add insult to injury, I believe Darren Campbell went out of his way to make a statement to say that they didn't believe the statements he gave to police.
Yeah.
I think it was
You were supposed to take your right.
All roads lead to Halifax, though.
And as Chad knows,
Yeah, U-turn time.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you caught the light.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a day without Paul. It's not a day with Paul unless there's 9-10 U-turns.
yeah, U-turns, I'm big on U-turns.
So what was the biggest, like, revelation that you guys see, or the biggest, piece of information he gave? For me, it was how meticulous and organized the firearm cross-border trafficking seemed to be.
I think there was pretty good indications of Lisa and Gabe's relationship as well.
Yeah.
It was nice to sort of get another voice explaining what they perceived in the relationship.
But with that, you never know what goes on behind closed doors, and so no one can really say what their relationship was like when it was
Well,
just
and
them two.
I guess that's the point I'm getting at. You know, we've heard so much in the media of this one-sided, abusive, violent relationship, and to talk to somebody who's spent years with them, sort of not seeing it that way. We've also spoken to other people regarding their relationship, and it's sort of the same layout. So it was nice again to challenge some of the evidence that's been presented with real people that were around them.
Yeah.
I still trying to figure out how did the CBSA know to call him a month and a half after the Barrett was smuggled across the border.
yeah.
was he up to that day and a half?
Yeah, it's
Running around. It's a lot of time to film.
I noticed, Rob, when you asked, like, what did you do for that period of time? You didn't seem to have an answer there, though. What did you suspect anything?
and
there?
his hands were real nervous.
Yeah, he started spinning his ring, and and every time that happened, I kept thinking, like, or anytime he kind of froze like that, I was thinking, is he lying and thinking of his next move, or is he covering for something he was doing that he didn't want to talk about? Which,
yeah, there was something. Like, I noticed his hands got real nervous. I didn't want to get him too upset.
no. But with someone like that, you get their story, and it's not. I guess it probably wasn't our position to drill him on.
I mean, I think it worked really well. That was my gut feeling.
I think it did too, and I don't think this is the last of it.
No.
So I think in due time we'll learn about that. Speaking of which, there's the ship Victory right down there.
And even just having him talk, it kind of gives life to one of the most bizarre pieces of the investigation, in my opinion. Other than when I went through like the ITOs back then, other than looking at what Lisa had to say, it was what Rob the Carpenter had to say that made me go like, what the holy fuck. Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for us to, for lack of a better term, have access to Rob, he's been basically almost non-existent for the last 2 years. Nobody.
Well,
had
they
a
made him
contact.
disappear. He's part of the 16 people close to Wortman who were incidental to the investigation. They don't need to be brought up here to be traumatized because they have nothing to offer. Well, that's what they said. Those 16 have nothing to offer. He's one of the 16. He has a hell of a lot to offer. Obviously.
Yeah, I would dispute that.
Yeah.
Trauma doesn't seem like it's an issue for him.
No, certainly not. That's he wants to do the right thing, and I think he's wanted to do the right thing from the get-go.
Yeah.
Contacting them, letting them know to as a fellow human being.
Yeah, this is like the first time you could help out without facing probably criminal
Exactly.
retributive reactions.
Now it's going to take us like 5 days to transcribe all this shit.
Yeah. The whole thing with the grenades was bizarre. That's been something where I just always questioned, did they even exist? And then were they incendiary, used for starting the fires? But the way he described it, what do you think? Why would Wortman
here?
Keep right.
Right, yeah. Okay, yeah. My house is just right over here if you want to drop me off since we're up this way. And Ryan's vehicle.
Yeah, the grenades are a big thing. They try to cover up the grenades. They don't want to talk about the grenades, but the grenades are the link to the bikers.
Why would Wortman have had them to sell to bikers?
To sell to the bikers, but they're looking for grenades. Are something they're looking at in every biker raid.
Yep.
It's a big thing from here, Ontario, out west. It's a big deal.
I wonder how controlled those grenades are in Maine. Especially a nail grenade. That seems like it's a lot to get.
Yeah, that seems like you go to Mexico to get that or something.
It's a shrapnel grenade. Eh?
Yeah.
So keep going as if you're going to bed.
You had to ask Rob how to use them.
Yeah.
Because there was no pin. That's what I was picking up.
Yeah, they're just
Why
twist.
Rob know how to use them?
Well, I can tell Rob's had a life.